Hello, I'm Master Cheng. Welcome to USTC360. It's great to see you again. Our feature today takes us overseas to Germany, a European country traditionally known as the country of poets and philosophers. But aside from its cultural legacies, Germany also serves as a United Nations hub of international cooperation. The city of Bonn, situated on the beautiful Rhine River, was once the former capital of West Germany. Today, Bonn is known as the German UN city. It is the home base of the United Nations campus, as well as for some 170 UN-affiliated non-governmental organizations. This year in September, Bonn played host for the 64th annual UN's DPI NGO conference, a 3-day event for NGOs from around the world to convene and work on various issues in collaboration with the UN. Tzu Chi volunteers were among the 2,200 participants who attended the conference in Bonn to address this year's theme, reaffirming society's civic responsibility to actively engage in achieving environmental sustainability both now and in the future.
Why we are here right now is planting trees. Together with the UNEP Billion Tree campaign, we children want to plant 1,000 billion trees worldwide, 1 trillion trees. And we can definitely do that if we all work together.
To kick off the 3-day conference, Mr. Jürgen Nimfisch, the mayor of Bonn, and Mr. Kiyo Akasaka, the Undersecretary General for Communications and Public Information, came together to announce this year's theme, which was on Sustainable Society, Responsive Citizens. The opening ceremony was held in Bonn on September 4th. 2,200 representatives from over 400 global NGOs attended the conference, which also included 11 Tzu Chi volunteers who came from the US, England, and Germany.
Each time it was held in different countries with different local cultures and also discussing different topics. It is very nice to hold the conference here in Europe this year so that we get the chance to work with our counterpart.
We are looking forward to the opening ceremony. We are very excited. This is our first experience, and we have learned a lot from our US counterpart during the conference. It will surely help us getting ready for the next similar occasions.
Welcome to Bonn. Welcome to the 64th annual DPI NGO conference on sustainable societies, responsive citizens.
This year's theme, Sustainable Society, is talking about environmental protections. We can save our planet if we are committed to conservation, and then a sustainable society can be maintained.
For many years, Tzu Chi has been actively seeking to be part of United Nations operations so that its blue-skied uniformed volunteers' footprints can be seen in different countries and in different occasions. The goal is to introduce Dharma Master Cheng Yen's 20-year-long passion for environmental protection, her clear at the source concept to everyone in every place. This concept can be then transformed into their daily actions.
Everyone was amazed when I shared with NGO members the illusion in which Master Cheng Yen has already encouraged us over 2 decades ago to work on environmental protections using our clapping hands.
And our master teaches all of us carry handkerchiefs.
我们在现场，我们希望传达的一个讯息。
The messages we want to convey to international representatives and the conference was not to tell them to start recycling plastic bottles and producing these products to give trash a new life.
想要传递的讯息是怎么样邀约。
We wanted these international representatives to bring home the cycle of benevolent thoughts and to motivate their countrymen.
这个观念带动回去。
We came from different countries, speak different languages, yet we discuss the same topic at the same location. We deeply feel that we are a big family connected globally.
The vice coordinator of the 62nd annual UNDPI NGO conference in Mexico City stopped by Tzu Chi's booth to say hello and extended big hugs to our volunteers.
Say hello.
Greetings from Mexico City.
This is the coordinator of NGO back to 62nd DPI NGO back to Mexico City.
You really feel like we are living in this global village, although they don't necessarily know us individually. Yet they know Tzu Chi, the organization that we are representing, and its environmental conservation spirit.
There was a continuous crowd visiting our booth, and people were very interested to learn about our environmental conservation ideas. Many countries are able to recycle plastic bottle caps to produce things. However, only Tzu Chi could produce clothing or blankets out of recycled plastic bottles. They were very pleasantly surprised by it.
But yeah, I was really impressed with what you do. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful work that you are doing, mobilizing so many volunteers to take part in something which is environmentally friendly and eco-friendly and which saves the lives of people all around the world, all around the universe. So today I learned something new, that you can make a scarf out of plastic bottles.
We have a healthy environment, and by recycling the waste products, as it is the most essential for all the countries, and badly we need, and this kind of activity should continue in every country.
The documentary Stand Up Chile was shown during the conference to share with everyone Tzu Chi's efforts in Chile. It also showed how the local volunteers have pushed forward to educate local communities about the importance of doing charity and environmental conservation.
In my home country, Zimbabwe, I was so impressed yesterday as I was watching the film from Chile. So I hope when I go back to Zimbabwe, this is one of the activities, one of the projects which needs my voluntary time to carry on, to conscientize my own people, especially the poor, to empower them to get something out of what they are going to do.
There was also a culinary team of Tzu Chi volunteers who prepared all the meals. Although they had a tiny kitchen that could only fit 2 people, the food came out superb. However, there was an unexpected event.
It's almost 3 o'clock now. We have tried to deliver lunch twice, but we're unable to get through. We are so appreciative that we can finally get through now. We unloaded everything the first time, and then found out that we couldn't get through the blockade, so we had to come back.
It was right around here. Many policemen had blocked the street.
The German police had suspected a terrorist vehicle parked not far from the maritime Hotel Bonn, the conference site, so the security personnel had blockaded traffic within 500 meters from the hotel. People were allowed to leave, but they could not enter.
这餐饭是我们在 UNDPI 第64届的年会。
This lunch incident is only a small episode during the 64th annual UN DPI NGO conference. However, it proved that UN authority has taken security issues very seriously. It was obvious that everyone was very anxious, but safety always comes first, and we eventually enjoyed a more delicious and memorable lunch.
更有回忆的味道。
We were looking forward to our lunch since 11:30, and it's almost 3:30 now. We are really hungry, and at the same time, we also wish our brothers and sisters safe out there. Wow, it's really nice to have food after this long wait. It's delicious and great, and we appreciate it very much.
你反正关掉了。
Despite the setback, volunteers remained in good spirits and continued to introduce Tzu Chi to the participants. During the closing ceremony, the international chorus performed a traditional Taiwanese song. The performance won the hearts of the audience. In the end, Tzu Chi volunteers were very proud they had worked hard to promote the foundation's missions on the world stage.
The message Tzu Chi wants to send across during the conference is Master Cheng Yen's teaching and how to implement them on the United Nations platform.
The theme, Responsive Citizens, is actually calling for more volunteer involvement. and bringing them to a higher international perspective, which would allow us working together and contributing to our global villages with mutual interactions and dedication.
为了这个世界村做出更多的互动跟奉献。
在德国有2条很重要的河流经德国，很有名的河，一条是莱茵河。
There are 2 important rivers flowing through Germany. One is Rhine River and the other called Danube.
我希望慈济的法水可以随着那个莱茵河。
I wish Tzu Chi's water of Dharma will flow through these rivers into Germany and its surrounding countries, so that many more people will benefit from Master Cheng Yen's teaching and encourage more volunteers to join us.
那么多国家的河流也把我们的思想去带动更多人一起来做慈济。
Among the European nations, Germany is the leader in recycling and waste management. Germany's green movement began in the 1990s when the government became concerned with the growing number of landfills. Since then, the concepts of environmental conservation and sustainability have become a civic responsibility at every level of German society. For our next segment, we went to Frankfurt. According to the Siemens Green City Index research, 64% of Frankfurt's population travel by public transportation, by bicycle, or on foot. One of our volunteers on the UN team, May Wolf, is actually a local resident there. She and her husband Jan allowed us to follow them along in their daily routine. We discovered that there are plenty of things we can learn from the couple's happy, simple, and green lifestyle.
This river is the Main River, and there are bicycle paths all along the river until, I don't know, I haven't been to the end, but you can certainly go for many kilometers along the river.
Yeah, and even connect to the other city. Yes. 我是来德国才学脚踏车的。
Yes, when May came here, she didn't know how to ride bicycle because it's too dangerous in Taiwan. In Taipei, it's very crowded and there are lots of cars, so she had to learn it from scratch. Yeah.
我最喜欢德国的部分，就是因为我觉得这里的生活很单纯，很单纯的生活就可以很快乐。And at the moment we don't have car here, yeah, but we feel actually it's very nice without a car. Don't find a reason why we need to have a car here.
Yeah. Because Frankfurt is quite a compact city, it is actually possible for me to reach most of the things I want to see just by walking, using public transport, or by riding the bike. Welcome to our company. Thanks for choosing eco energy. In Germany, we have quite well organized and established recycling facilities and recycling systems. These are glass bottles which have a deposit, so the plastic box and the bottles have deposit, and I have the incentive to bring these back so that they can get recycled. Nowadays, recycle a lot of your trash, and one key element of the recycling process is that every household is separating their trash. Paper trash, this is the residual trash, the bio trash, and this is for the packaging material which I mentioned earlier on, this green dot. It is completely voluntarily for you to decide to separate your trash or not to separate your trash.
You got it?
But still there is obviously to some degree a small economic incentive, because when you are a household and you don't separate your trash, you are the one who needs to pay the city to get rid of this trash. Here you can even donate the money if you want.
So how much do you get?
50 cents. What you see here is actually not an ordinary mountain. This is a pile of waste and trash. This is one of many of the trash piles we used to have in Germany when I was still a kid. And as a matter of fact, this particular trash mountain is very familiar to me because I used to live very close to it when I was a child. So whenever our family had a lot of trash and waste which didn't really fit into the ordinary trash cans, we used to drive here to dump it off. At that point in time it was completely normal and legal for everybody to come here to get rid of his waste. The whole area has been closed off for many years and it looks like a beautiful grass landscape and a mountain. She came here because she has collected some of her personal waste and taking the opportunity to get rid of all types of things in one go. And she feels it's great that it can be collected here and separated and possibly reused and recycled for other purposes.
Der Wertstoffhof dient dazu, den Neu-Isenburger Bürgerinnen und Bürger ihre Wertstoffe abzunehmen. Dazu zählen also Papier, Metall, Holz, Bauschutt, Glas, Altkleider, Elektroschrott und Grünschnitt. Auf dem Wertstoffhof werden pro Jahr ca. 5000 Tonnen Wertstoffe gesammelt. Das sind also umgerechnet auf einen Öffnungstag 24 Tonnen am Tag. Unsere Kapazität sind bezogen auf alle Wertstoffe 100 Tonnen am Tag.
Because we think it's useful to get rid of the waste in a useful way. It does any harm to the environment, so it's just practical and it's very good organized, I think.
Dass es sehr großzügig ist, weil wenn das Angebot hier nicht gäbe, dann würden die Leute den ganzen Müll in den Wald werfen oder illegal entsorgen. Und so hat man hier ein Angebot, die Sachen abzugeben und dann bleibt der Wald sauber und die ganze Natur bleibt erhalten.
I grew up in a small suburb which is surrounded by forest in a house with a big garden, and probably this has quite a big impact on my way of life. I've been here already 20 years ago for the first time, I think, or 25 years ago.
The red banner there, that's on one of the most beautiful trees. It's a horse chestnut that's 30 meters tall and over 100 years old. Immediately after the plans of the city of Frankfurt for this park became clear, which are to build a museum here. And the consequence would be that all the trees that you see in the background and many more would have to be felled, would have to come down.
It's my favorite park here in Frankfurt. I live nearby, about 15 minutes walk, and I come here very, very often, especially during the summer. It's a very beautiful park with lots of old trees and nice villas around, and it has a very special atmosphere here.
And because the plans are for an underground museum to go down 2 floors, they can never be replanted again, at least not in this size. So the only thing that will grow on a concrete roof are trees that are maybe 10 meters tall, whereas here we have trees that are 20, 30 meters tall, quite a few of them, and 30 of them over 100 years old. And this quality could never be replaced by on top of a concrete bunker, basically. We have collected signatures. By now we've collected well over 5,000 signatures from concerned citizens.
Well, I feel it would obviously be a big pity if the trees would disappear. They are very beautiful, and also they provide lots of shade. It's a very nice and cozy atmosphere because the park is quite small, and it gives you kind of a feeling that you are in your own private garden to some degree.
This reusable bag is a souvenir from the UN conference. Can you guess what it's made from? I'll give you a hint. It's a popular food item at movie theaters. It's popcorn. It's important that we as citizens of this planet take action and be responsible for the present and future well-being of our planet's precious resources. The Clean Air Council reports that if America doubles its recycling rate, it could create over 1 million green jobs. In our next segment, Footprints, we get to meet Mary Chang. Tzu Chi has nearly 6 million volunteers in 52 countries and over 100,000 commissioners in the US alone, who are dedicated to transmitting Master Cheng Yen's dharma on an international level. Yet there are also many volunteers at the local level who also go the distance to do the same. And Mary Chang is one person who has been doing that. Even though English isn't Mary's first language, but she understands the language of love is universal. Let's go see how she has been able to win the hearts of those around her.
Originally, before you walk in, we all will wonder if you walk in, will they say no to you or something negative? But I gave it a try. I talked to myself, okay, I should be courageous because I am Master Cheng Yen's disciple. Just walk in. Like entering a travel agency, though I never bought tickets from them, I still walked in and found a seat to sit down. We started to chat and had a conversation. Finally, I knew they came from Taiwan. Then I asked them first, do you know there is a Tzu Chi Foundation in Taiwan? They answered, yes, we know it. So I had a subject that I could talk about and I kept talking. Then she had agreed to join Tzu Chi as a donation member. Then she asked me, can her mother also join? I told her no problem, everyone in her family can join. The lady from next door said, I also want to join. I said, great, thank you, thank you. Then another lady would also like to join. One lady after another, everyone kept filling out the donation form. Not very long after, there were 11 people who joined Tzu Chi as a donation member. I was so happy and so were they. Then I said, I will come to collect donation money, not just for 1 month, but every month, to inspire your hearts with Tzu Chi principles. If you understand Master Cheng Yen's dharma in your heart, you will put her teachings into action. Everyone has an innate moral sense. If you have the courage to talk, someone will listen. Today, if you would like to work on Tzu Chi missions, you must have the courage, have a sense of responsibility, and a sense of mission. Once you step in, you must speak out, because we tell people to do good deeds, not to gossip. To have others join us to do good deeds, you must take initiatives to tell them. Then you will definitely succeed.
Whether if it's as little as $5 or as much as $20, Mary tells the donors their contribution is significant because it's the thought and action that counts. The Master's Jinx aphorisms is another solution Mary used in the beginning to help overcome her fear of approaching people to tell them about Tzu Chi. She still applies the Master's teachings in her daily life and shares the wisdom with people she meets too. Thank you for watching USTC360, and I'll see you next week.